What's up guys, JB Genius here with you on Mirage again, back with another video. In this video we are going to go over a mid to B split. In my last video we went over a split from mid to A. We talked about the importance of mid control on Mirage. If you missed that, didn't get that discussion, please go watch my other video. That'll explain my mid to A split. So obviously if you have a mid to A split, you want a mid to B split. You want to be able to be dynamic on your T side. You don't want to do the same thing over and over again because then you become easy to read. So this mid to B split involves 5 smokes and a little bit of positioning for players. So first smoke, as with my mid to A split, you start here in T spawn. So as soon as the round starts, one guy's up here on the trash can throwing this smoke that you aim right here at the bottom wire, right, the far right edge of that bottom wire. What that does, it goes through here, lands on catwalk, and gives you cross to mid boxes. Can't actually be seen from window. Window opera holding this angle, you have no vision on mid boxes at all. So this is used to get somebody up here into mid boxes. So actually for this execute, you want 2 people up here in mid boxes. So you get 2 people up here with that smoke, easy, and you're just gonna sit here, watch for aggression, not really peek window. Good angle to hold is this one right here, because you'll have a smoke up right about there or so. So you can't be seen from window, so you can hold this angle under here, watch for any mid push, watch for someone holding underpass, watch for connector. Another thing you can do through this smoke is actually, as a default type of thing, you can burn out connector at the beginning of a round. You can have your mid guy burn out connector, so they can't either do that or aim kind of at this dark spot here and burn out there, burn out that quick op angle, so you can't get opped as you go to top mid. It's just another way of gaining quick mid control. So you have 2 guys here. You're going to send then 3 guys towards this upper B area. One of them is going to go underpass. So you have one guy setting up here in underpass, kind of peeking around, make sure nobody's rushing him. And even in this early stage, if your opponents get aggressive with underpass, you can even send 2 people down here to kind of kill this aggression. Send 2 people, double peek it. Hopefully you get a kill out of that. So that's the aggression you want here. Obviously the second player falls back up to B apps. So you have 1 person holding here for the execute. Now I discussed this in my last video. I'll go ahead and do it again because it's actually, for the mid to B split, it's almost more important. This angle right here is a common one to hold for CTs. Hold the underpass push, especially if you're having constant underpass pressure. So they'll hold this angle right here. It's hard to get rid of them. You don't want to dry peek it because they have the advantage, especially if they decide to put an AWP right here on this angle. So if they're holding that, they have the advantage. So what you want to do is flash them out. Now, you already have your guys top mid. Once you get your guy top mid, one of your guys stands here in this right cubby, crosshair right here on this dot in the cart, and move your crosshair up. So the middle of your crosshair where your dot would be is a pixel or 2 above this top railing in the cart. So it's right there, and you throw. It actually lands right there, as you see by the line. Actually lands right there. So if you're holding this angle even super tight, you will still get flashed by this flashbang. So once he's blind, your guy here in underpass peeks out, easy blind kill. So that's actually important because this next combo of smokes, what you're going to do to take mid control, you can do these smokes one of 2 ways. What we're going to do is we're going to smoke top connector right about here, and we're going to smoke window. So you can do this one of 2 ways. So way number 1, if you got top mid, and the smoke I'm going to be throwing, actually if you take a look at the window here, you have these 4 pegs right here, and these 2 pegs kind of cut the window in half. So this is kind of the middle of that window right there. So what you want to do is, if you look at the middle, kind of lines up with that wire up there. Kind of cuts the window straight in half. So you kind of stand back here on the line, find those 2 pegs, go up to the top of the roof where it hits the wire, take a couple, pretend that didn't happen. Alright, take a couple steps forward and throw. Hopefully you smoke window and not top of middle. But so just back up far enough, even if you back up all the way to the wall and take a couple steps and throw it, it'll still get to the same spot. As you see by that, it's actually getting to the edge of the window. It's actually getting to the front edge, so there aren't any gaps in here for CTs to exploit. That's the way I do it. I know there's a way to standard throw it from here. This one right there, if you line up here, and then with the edge of that box, you can throw another window smoke like that. But it doesn't get all the way there. This one actually has a gap in it on the right. So I know this is a very common window smoke, so if you're actually using it, you probably need to stop because it's not big enough to cover the window. So you use your top mid guy to smoke window, and this guy here, your underpass guy, will actually smoke top connector. So what you do once you've flashed in, cleared this angle right here, you got your smoke up in window, your underpass guy, you aim your smoke, you have this beautiful arrow here guiding you. Credit to Liquid Nitro for this one. I saw him do this first in an online pro match. So you look at this arrow points you right to here. So right with this wall, a little bit to the right, right with the arrow, and then you just move forward and throw. It actually smokes out top connector. Pretty simple throw right there. Look at it from the other side. No gaps, can't really peek through it. Get up here, can't really see over it, don't really see anything. So that's a good top connector smoke. It's easy to throw, it's easy to do. And then you can do a lot with that. You can lurk up into that, take connector control. You can just block off connector. So that's way number one. You have your top mid guy smoke window, underpass smokes connector. The other way to do it is actually to smoke off top connector from top mid, which is a useful smoke for all different types of executes. Lineup's a little bit tricky though. So we're going to be looking right in here at these wires. So watch, and what you're going to do is you're actually going to watch the fingers of the player model on my right hand. So what you do, you see this wire right here, this bottom wire, kind of this awkward one here at the bottom. Right here. Keep an eye on that wire. It's the longer one, it's right at the bottom. What you're going to do, you're going to look at that one, and actually your second finger, your index finger, and your middle finger. So you see right there, your middle finger is going to line up, and that wire goes right in the notch. So it's right there, right in the notch. And then you standard throw. And what it does is it bounces off the roof, off there, and bounces a couple times to top connector. And this one doesn't have any gaps in it either. You can't peer over it through stairs. You don't actually see anything. That's a random shot. You don't actually see in the middle from it. That one's a little bit of a pixel lineup, gets you a little bit of a deeper smoke on the connector. Maybe one you can one-way a little bit through the bottom here, but not the other way. That one is a pixel lineup. What'll happen if you do it wrong is you'll either hit this wall and it bounces like here and it's useless. So if you don't want to use it, feel free not to. Feel free to do it the other way. But if you do want to, it's actually a very useful smoke. So right there in the notch, and throw. Again, there, and bounces down. And your underpass guy, I explain this one I taught in my mid to A execute video as well. You're going to find this corner right here. It's actually kind of an invisible clip brush corner. So you're going to get right here to where you can't move anymore. You're going to aim right here at this little, you see this black square diamond sort of thing. You aim at the very top corner and throw, and it drops straight down into window. Again, lands very close to this side of window, not the front side of window, not the back. So it blocks off the whole thing, no gaps. So those are your two ways of smoking that, window and connector. Just gives your team some options depending on what you guys have utility-wise, what you like to do. So there's three of your smokes. That's the way you get mid control. And from that, when you have window smoked, you have top connector smoked. Your underpass guy is actually the lurk player in this execute, so he's actually going to lurk into connector, clear connector, maybe take one of the top mid guys, clear it with him so you have it. And then your guy is just going to sit here and hold for rotates. This is a very popular spot to rotate through, and also this spot over here, jungle, if he can hear players running through jungle, and either just count them, or he can push through and get a backstab. So this player is your lurk player, is a very important role. Put someone here who has very good game sense and timing. Then your other two guys, obviously, they're top mid, are going to go up catwalk, throw some flashbangs, and get onto the bomb site. Your last two guys, they're stacking up upper B. It's a mid to B split, so you have the upper B push. These guys also have utility. Now with these guys, the two smokes, I'm going to have them throw. One's going to land right about here, and the other is going to land back here for bench. This one, what this one does is it'll actually, when I put it down, you'll see it blocks the op angle for window. So if an opper is holding here, it actually extends and blocks the op angle for cat. So a player playing from here, or even if they try to go into market, they cannot see the cat approach from market area, which is very useful. And the second one will smoke off bench and this long angle right here. You're going to force, essentially you're going to force a player to try to peek from this angle over here, leaving one angle for you to hold as a T for the CT aggression to try to get a spot on you. So let's head to upper B and let's look at what those smokes look like. So first smoke you have, you're going to come in here with the light post, come straight under it, and then what you're going to do, again, this is a crosshair lineup, so I use crosshair size 4. Just figure out what works best for you. I actually put the left side of my crosshair. If you see, there's a little ledge right here. I actually put my crosshair directly on it and throw. Goes right over the arches, bounces, 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 and lands right on the curb. As you see, there's no op angle in the window. Let me get an AWP so you can see this. And there's no angle on cat. So you can't actually see cat from there. And let me go up here to window. You got nothing. Plus you can just fire random shots in there. You have a better angle on it than they do. They're covered off by smoke. So that's the first smoke. Your second smoke, which lands in front of bench, you come over here to the right side of this windowsill. You find the middle of this pattern right here, the middle of that little window pattern thing, and you come up to the first wire and throw. What that does, it'll bounce a couple times and land right there in the entranceway. Now, if you want to add to this, one interesting thing to add to it is these two players come out of B. You probably want one guy peeking here. You can have a guy obviously throw a Molotov for Van. It's a pretty simple just run throw. Just aim at the wall. Make sure you hit the wall. Mollies the whole area out to block anyone holding from there. And another useful Molotov for this execute, and for all B executes actually, if you come up here, get in this corner with the chair, aim at the top right corner of this sign, and standard throw, it'll actually land in here. So in case your bench player wants to rotate out through here, he can't, he's blocked. And if you take that lineup and take a step and throw, maybe take one more step and throw, let that burn out. Take a couple steps and throw it. There you go. It actually lands in market. So take a couple steps, count yourself a quick 1, 2, throw. Lands in market. That'll keep this opera that you just smoked off. That'll keep him from going anywhere. So, little recap quickly. You have 5 smokes coming out of T-spawn. What you're going to do, you're going to send 3 guys upper B, 2 guys mid. So first smoke right here at the right side of the bottom wire. Get you guys to top mid safely. And then you got your 2 ways to smoke top connector, either your underpass guy or your top mid guy. Then you got your either to smoke window and top connector. You got 2 ways to smoke them. either throw top mid to window, top mid to top connector, or underpass to window, underpass to connector. Either way works. Just depends on what you like to do with your team. Don't forget to clear connector. Nice little flashbang right there. I'll keep the setup on the screen for a second. Don't forget your flashbangs. Then from upper B, you got your smoke right here, which blocks off the up angle, and your smoke right here, which blocks off bench. So when it comes up cat, your bomb's gonna be in mid. So when you come up here, this is what you see. If you really feel inclined, you have a Molotov. You can throw a Molotov up there for Van, kind of block off that angle, and obviously you want to get in here and plant the bomb right here for catwalk. Get the bomb down before the smoke's gone, and you have cover. You have cover from a couple guys here up in apps. These guys don't even need to leave apps because you have good angle as long as you plant the bomb there. You don't even need to peek the off angle. Can't be seen from window, and you can kill a defuser. So these guys don't even need to leave apps if you don't want them to. So that is your mid B split. It's very simple. 5 smokes. If you have to get rid of one smoke because a player dies, something like that, I would say the smoke you would want to get rid of would most likely be window. If you can, try to smoke top connector from your guy at top mid, and just get this guy an underpass. Throw a quick molly just off there, just something to burn out window. Maybe find a good Molotov for yourself, something to burn out window so they can't pick these guys going up cat. Just something to keep the utility out of there. Just something to keep the CTs out of there, pardon. Just a little bit of utility there. If you have 4 players, that's the way you do that. It's not as per your. That's my suggestion. If it's your team and you want to forgive a smoke somewhere else, go ahead and do it. That's just what I would do. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed something. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully a smoke helps you out in your games, whether it's a pug or an official match. As always, if you enjoyed, please leave a like, please leave a comment with suggestions, and if you like the content, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot, and I will see you in the next one. JB Genius out.